It's breakfast time, and we're going to make something I've been making for years. Breakfast hash. It's got everything breakfasty about it. It's really tasty. My family loves it. It's a go-to Sunday morning dish. Check it out. The first thing we need is potatoes. I actually made a little too much, but it was still fun. This is probably plenty for 2 or 3 people, but I also had some potatoes that I had baked the night before, and that's the beauty of it. You can use leftover baked potatoes or whatever right out of the fridge. So we chop up our baked potatoes into bite-sized pieces. We're done chopping. We'll put these aside. So of course the potatoes to make the hash browns are going to take the longest. So we kind of want to get them going. Now the raw potatoes we're going to cut up into small pieces. They're going to cook a little quicker. There's about what we should have used. I decided to cut the rest of the potatoes I had cleaned. So there you go. It's more than enough. And as a side note, it really didn't last to the end of the day by the time we were done. Into a nice medium-high frying pan go our hash browns. If you got a lot and you need to do them in 2 lifts, you can do that too. Just put the one aside when you're done and then cook the other ones. Here I just decided let's get it all into the pan and cooking while I get everything else done. Bacon. I only had a half a pound to work with and the rest was in the freezer, so we chopped it up small. We're going to add a little bit of ham down the road. So here's our half pound of sliced bacon, and we're going to fry that up. Onion. I got a half a large onion. I sliced it up into slices, sliced and diced. It's about 1.5 cups of onion. A good medium onion will do. And we're going to put this aside now. The other vegetable, because you got to have vegetables, is a green pepper. Now I kind of like the light. I didn't realize while I was videotaping this just how strong the light was. It kind of took away everything else. If you cut it up the way I show you, you literally have just the bundle of seeds to throw out. That's okay. We got 1 pepper. We're going to chop it up small, just like we did with the onions. If you like bigger pieces, make bigger pieces. It doesn't really matter. It's your breakfast hash. Do it however you like. I just prefer them this way. I find they cook down a little easier. And now we'll put that aside. Onto our hash browns, and you can see here that they're starting to brown up really nice. So I think by the time our bacon's done, we're going to be ready with these things. And that's usually a good sign when they're nice and golden brown. So we're going to throw baked potatoes we chopped up into the mix. And they just need to warm up really. They're already cooked. Over to our bacon. That's looking about right. So we're going to spoon that off and into our pan, and we're just going to mix all that together. Alright, into our frying pan, which we've wiped out. Half the onions, half the peppers. You want to put more in or less, go ahead. We're going to use the other half too. And mix them around and let them cook down a bit. Into our frying pan went the other raw green onion and peppers. I found in the freezer a little bit of chopped up ham, so I threw that in too. Well, here we are. Our peppers and onions are pretty well where we want it, and we're going to throw them in too now. And of course, give that a little stir. Oh, this is coming together so great. Now for the egg part. I'm going to crack 6 eggs in a container. Mix them up. And to that, we are going to add, well, probably about 2/3 of a cup of sour cream. You know, it's not an exact science. It's whatever you feel like throwing in. I just ran out of container space, so that was more than enough. And now we're going to mix it. And of course, we're going to add a little bit of spice to it. A teaspoon of pepper. We'll mix that around. And a teaspoon of garlic powder. And we'll mix that around. All right, let's get this over the stove. And we're just going to pour this into our potato mix. Just like that. This is the gooey part. Once we're done that, it needs a good stir. And you got to stir it a few times and kind of get it all around. The heat will cook the eggs. If you don't like cooking the eggs this way, you could always scramble them on another pan and then add them into this. I've just always done it this way, so it works for me. And it's kind of like a breakfasty, egg drop, soupy mixture kind of thing. The eggs aren't quite as predominant as they would be if you scramble them. So here we are, fresh off the heat, everything's put together. Oh wait, did I mention cheese? Of course I didn't. We're going to put about 2 cups of cheese and then we're going to mix it around. And this does make it really gooey at this point, but oh so good. And of course, if you want to put more on the top afterwards, be my guest. And there you have it, breakfast hash. Let's spoon some out while it's still nice and hot and give her a taste. Yum-y. This stuff is good. So there you have it, my breakfast hash. I hope you'll try it. If you do, of course, leave me a comment below, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the bell, that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.